Hello, lovelies. I am so excited. Thank you so much for joining me on this. This is not a live. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed I can't come to you live, but I'm pre-recording this so I can post it to you. And I'm going to post this as a Make It Monday. So if you're watching me, you're not watching me live. If you're watching me on the replay, hashtag replay. Just let me know that you're watching this and say hi. I will probably be in Vanuatu if you're watching this when I post this to my Facebook page. Otherwise, I may well be back in Kyneton. But anyway, wherever I'm coming from, I hope that you are very well. As I said, I'm really excited because I set myself a goal for to complete 100 pages in 100 days. I'm up to day, let's see, what is it? It's day 23 and I've completed 2 pages and I'm about to go away for 2 weeks. So that's just awesome. But I've jumped out into my craft studio late at night, the night before we leave, very early in the morning to head to Vanuatu, because I had a page cut and I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to smash this page out. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to share it with you girls. So this is a page that we, I cut for some of my ladies that come to my scrapbooking workshop. So they get to pick a page, which is crazy for me to do, but they do. They get to pick a page, and they picked this page here. Now, this is out of, you might have seen the front of the book, Make It From Your Heart, Volume 5, and this is actually pattern number 7. The beautiful thing about this book is it gives you 2 examples of how you can put this page together. It also shows you exactly how to lay it out. So this picture here tells you where to come in and down, all of that sort of thing, and it gives you cutting instructions as well. Now, for this page, what I did was I actually grabbed my Cricut machine because some of these circles are like 6.5 inches and 4.5 inches and everything, and I don't have a die that is that big. In fact, I don't have a die cutting machine, manual one, that will fit a 6.5 inch die. So my Cricut came out and I cut all of these shapes and I was really happy with it. The girls chose their colors of what they wanted to do. A couple of them chose these pretty well exact colors. We did sage and evergreen. One of the ladies did sage and sapphire, and that looks really, really, really nice with her photos. And then another one of my ladies, she actually did melon, which is the colour of the year. She did melon and these beautiful greys. And I decided that I was going to do one of these pages as well, as I mentioned. So I cut myself a page. Now, the thing with these pages is you did need a 6x6 photo. So this was really exciting as well. On Sunday, I knew that I was going into Bendigo on Monday, so I thought, right, I'm going to upload some photos to Harvey Norman because they're where I usually get my photos printed. Upload some photos to Harvey Norman and then I'll pick them up on Monday. No worries. But I didn't get to upload them until like 4:45. I chose the photo that I wanted and I didn't get to upload them until 4:45, and I was really worried that maybe they wouldn't be ready until later, like after Monday. And my class was on Tuesday. But sure enough, when I checked at about 7 o'clock at night, the photos had been downloaded at the store. And then on Monday morning, before I headed off up to Bendigo, I had a few things to do up there. I checked and they had already been printed. So I uploaded them at 4:45 on Sunday. And on Monday at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I went and I picked up my photos. And I picked up a stack of photos. I picked up some 4x6s. They're about 15 cents each. Well, not about, they are 15 cents each. And I picked up some 6-inch by 6-inch photos as well, because I was doing this page and I was also planning on doing this page as well. Now, I didn't get to do either of those pages, but I do have them cut. Tonight, what I'm doing is I'm going to put this page together in front of your eyes. So this is the process that I did. I chose the photo on my phone and I went, right, it's got some blues in it. It's a photo of a sign that we actually saw after we left, or as we were leaving the Maldives, which is the last holiday I went on. The greys would go really well with it, and even this this melon colour here I thought would go really well, and I thought it would go nicely on the blue. So if I have a look at, I'll bring the book back in. If I have a look at the picture here, the layout looks like this. I'm going to move that out of the way. The layout looks like this. So we put this big circle here. Now when I cut it, one of the circles actually took a bite out of this one, and I thought, do you know what? It doesn't matter. So there's a bit of a tip for you. Sometimes it actually doesn't matter if there's a bit of an error, because ultimately with this pattern, this goes over the top of that won't even see it, which is great. Then that one I decided was going to go down there. This one goes about there, roughly, okay, just to lay it out. So that one goes there. Then this one goes underneath. Now, as I mentioned, I needed, the photo in here is a 6 inch by 6 inch, but it needs to be cut to a circle. And I thought, well, how am I going to do that? How am I going to get these ladies who are coming to my workshop, 4 of them, to cut a 6 inch circle in their photos? And what happens if I don't have a 6 by 6 photo? So what I did was I actually printed out my photo. I've got a bit more to a story under there. So I printed out my photo. Here's my photo. That's the photo that I chose. It's a sign, as I said, that I saw when I was leaving the Maldives. And I also cut another circle. So this is 6.5 inches and this is 6 inches. And I cut the 6 inches from the 6.5. So this is the size the photo needs to be, but this is the size that the photo mat's going to be. What that means is with my 6 inch photo, now realistically it's not necessarily going to make any difference with this because that's going to fit perfectly. But for one of the ladies who had some 4 inch by 6 inch photos, so 4 inches by 6 inch, she was able to then line this up over the top and work out exactly where to cut her photos, which is what I'm going to do with this. So mine's a bit different. And if you don't quite understand what I'm saying, I'm going to show you. So for this page layout, I'm going to grab a couple of other photos and I'm just going to grab any random one. So I've got these couple of photos here. So what we did was we said, all right, so let's say this photo is going to go here. It's got to go obviously to the edge of, like it can't be, well, it will actually fit anywhere, but it can't be over the side because that's then going to show. So let's go roughly here. And if I put that over the top, I hope you can actually see what I'm doing. If I put that over the top, I'll be able to see, I can move that down a bit, and that's the bit of the photo that is going to be shown. Then if I want this photo to show as well, I can put this up here, and that's how it will end up looking, which, look, to be honest, it doesn't look brilliant because the photos don't really go together, but you get the gist of it. So you can put two 4 inch by 6 inch photos into a 6 inch by 6 inch round frame by doing that. And then all you needed to do was lift this away, lift this up, put some adhesive on there, make sure that's stuck down, lift this one up, put some adhesive on there, make sure that's stuck down, and then do what I'm about to do with my 6 by 6 photo. So that's what you can do with two 4 by 6 photos and this page. And I was really pleased with myself that I'd worked that out. But I don't have to do that because I actually printed a 6 by 6 photo, which is this one here. And what I do need to do is, there's no centering needed because it's just going to sit right in the middle. But I do need to stick the circle onto the back of the photo and then just cut around the photo. So let's do that. We're just going to stick this on. Now it does need to stick reasonably well. I don't really want it falling off the page. And it also does need to line up. So I'm going to take that to the edge and that to the edge, and then it should be at the edges of the other two as well, as long as that's a 6 inch photo, which is pretty well done. It's got a little bit hanging over the edge, but that's okay. So then you can't, apart from that little bit there, you can't really see the circle, but on the back, all I need to do now is grab my scissors. And if you haven't tried these scissors yet, you got to try them. They are pretty fantastic. And then really carefully just cut around this photo, because the whole idea with this page is just to have lots of lovely circles on it. So can you see it's starting to take shape? And then we go around here. Now, I've said this before in other videos, if this is uploaded to YouTube, which this video will be, you can always hit that little cog, the settings cog, and speed this up. I sound a little bit funny when I'm sped up, but if you speed it up to 1.5 times or even 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, even 2 times, it means that you don't have to sit and watch me do really boring things like cutting out circles from paper. The other thing you can do is you can, once I'm doing something a bit more interesting, you can then hit the cog button again and slow the video back down. But things like this can be a little bit boring when I'm trying to be nice and accurate with my cutting. And there, I can't see any photo, and I turn it over and I have a really good circle. Now, okay, maybe it's not perfect, but it's my scrapbook page and that's fine. And this little bit of white is not going to matter because I've got it under there. Now I do want to make sure this horizon is nice and straight. So there was my page. Now, when I held the photo over the top of all of these colors, I thought this background just isn't working for me. And I was trying to work out what it was. The color wasn't working. I really wanted to use Glacier, but it wasn't right. So what I did was I decided to go with this dark brown color of the sign. Now watch this. So I've got that. And that's not going to slide. If I slide that onto my mocha, how good does that look? So I changed the background color and I'm really, really happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my T-ruler. I'm going to use the measurements. As I mentioned before, this page does have measurements. So hopefully you can see all the measurements. I can't actually see my camera, so just make you sick jumping that up and down. So measurements. So this is number A, letter A. And we're going to just put my piece of cardstock at 0, 0. And this first one comes up. Now, it's a little bit of a pain because although it comes up, I'm just going to flip that over. There are a couple of ways you can use your T-ruler. I'm actually going to flip this over. Although it tells you how far it comes up, it doesn't actually tell you how far across it comes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come down. I'm going to put this one on first. So what I want to do is I want to put adhesive on kind of here, just through the middle. So I'm not putting any adhesive, not putting too much adhesive on the photo, and I'm not putting any on this bit so I can move it around a little bit. All right, so this one comes down 4 inches. So down to 8, line it up, and then it comes in 1/4 inch, which is going to be about there, round about there. All right, we'll press that down. So we want it about there. Then this one is coming up 2 3/4 inches. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. This paper here is from the April to June mix-ins. It's a really nice paper. It's just one of the papers, and that's, as you can see, the front and back. I need to lift this up. And that photo's not stuck down, so I need to remember that. That's going up 2 3/4 inch. And I think that's going to go up a lot higher. So shift that back down. Now there's lots that I could do. I could distress the edges, I could ink the edges, I could sponge the edges, lots of things that I could do, but because I want to try and get these pages done rather than just sitting doing nothing, I am just going to get them down on my page. Now it's going to make it a lot easier if I just grab my tweezers and pull that down, and I'm happy with that roughly there. So I'm going to stick those two down, and that's the start. I'm going to put these two to the side, and I'm going to pick this one up, flip that over for a minute, and just go a couple of dots of tape. Now, if you've never seen that technique, if you just put a couple of dots of your tape runner on the back of your cardstock, stick your cardstock to your Versamat, it makes it a heck of a lot easier. Now what I want to do is stick this to my photo mat. So the photo mat, I'm using the light side of pewter, I believe. I want to make sure when I put this down that that is straight, and it's going to allow that photo mat to go, the bitten off bit, to go underneath the other circle piece. So something like that. Now I decided to do this just as a one-page layout. It is available as a two-page layout, like in the book it's a two-page layout, but I decided to do it just as a one-page layout because I want this as the cover to my album. So that's why I'm doing it as one page. Right. So this one comes down 2 1/8. Yeah, okay. 2 1/8. So roughly there. So that's going to go up a bit more. And it's only rough measurements. Like realistically, you can do it however you want. Some people are happy just to eyeball it, stick it down. I personally am a little bit more OCD when it comes to that sort of thing. So then we have these two. We have a dark one there, which is going to go underneath. So let me put some adhesive on that. One of the reasons why I've been struggling with this whole 100-page layouts in 100 days is because I'm a perfectionist, quite frankly. And I'm just reading, this is coming up 1 1/8 of an inch. And I really want everything to be perfect. I find it really hard to scrapbook without the photos. And then when I think of the photos that I've got, I just get so overwhelmed. I go, like I've got thousands of photos printed from my trip to Argentina to, I did skydiving. I've got heaps of those photos printed and in order, ready to scrapbook. And then I've got albums that I've pulled out and put into more albums and that sort of thing. But I'm such a perfectionist. I don't know, and procrastinator and everything. So it's really nice to be doing this. So I really want the photos. First of all, that's what I like to do. Second of all, I want to know the colors, and I also want to know the journaling. So I really like to know everything that I'm going to have on the page before I even start the page, which makes it a bit difficult sometimes, but I am persevering. And the other night, while I was falling asleep, no, this is going over the top of that, I actually thought about what I wanted to put on this page, what journaling I wanted to put on this page. And I took a note in my phone because I have a notes app in my phone. This comes down 4 1/8. I had that almost perfect. Good. And yeah, so I took a note in my phone app of exactly what I wanted to say on this page, which just made it a lot easier for me to feel comfortable completing this page. And I'd love to know, what do you need when you're doing scrapbooking? If you're a scrapbooker, what do you need to do a page? Do you need the photo, or can you just put a page together because it looks pretty? Do you need everything to put the page together, or can you just sort of whack a few bits and pieces on? Let me know. All right, so that's pretty well the page put together. If we have a look at the photo, all of the circle bits are down. We just need a title and some journaling and maybe some bling. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that I actually have, I saw this paper and I loved it. This is Deck the Palms. So with a sticker sheet, it's $25 and you get this beautiful sticker sheet. I'm going to pull the whole lot out and show you, because I just thought with all of the holidays that I've been on recently, well, no, the Maldives and this one I'm going to the Vanuatu holiday, I just thought this is perfect. It comes with this, and then there's also some cardstock that is UV coated. So I don't know if you can see how that is glossy. That's UV coated. Now that's coming off because I pulled it off earlier. But check these pages out. Like, aren't they just so gorgeous? And the zip strip, So pretty. Now I probably won't use like the flamingos, but I do know I am learning how to use all of these colors. And even though I might not like the colors, I mean, how beautiful is this? I'm going to use that. I have been to islands now where that is just such a thing. Like those, yep, palms, absolutely glorious. And the greens. Now, this is where I kind of went, oh, I don't know about this one. So this has got Christmas presents and flamingos. I'm probably not going to use that particular page. However, this has got palm trees and palm flowers and palm leaves, fronds and things and flamingos. So I'll probably just use that side of the paper and not the other side. Again, this one has got Christmas presents. I may use this on a different project altogether, or I might just use this paper, which is again absolutely the flowers. I saw so many of these flowers when I was in the Maldives. So that is just going to come in perfect. And the sticker sheet, if you're looking at buying I'm just going to take this off while I'm talking. If you're looking at buying a paper pack, seriously consider buying the sticker sheet, because to embellish your page, it just makes it so much easier. It really does. So this at the moment, as of May 2023, is still available online. It is an old special. Just popping out all of these bits and pieces because, as I said, I did play with this particular title, and although the colours are different to what I've used on this page so far, just watch what I do. So that is going to go down there somewhere, and I'm not going to press it down just yet because I'm just going to get rid of those bits that are stuck to my fingers. I've got tropical, and then I'll show you again how they've done their titles. So see how their titles go around like this? I thought I can do my title. I can do the Vibes title. V-I-B-E-S. So B is the middle letter. So I'm just going to take that one off and put that right up the top. Like that. So see how easy this is using the stickers to embellish my page. And embellishing pages is one of the things that I really, really struggle with. I can stick it all together, but then when it comes to embellishing, it's a struggle. I'm telling you, it's a struggle. Now B, although B was the middle letter, because I is a skinny letter, I possibly should have put it over around a little bit, but I think that's going to work out okay in the end. So none of these are stuck down firmly. I'm just going to move them around a little bit so that I can shift that word tropical. So I'm just using my tweezers underneath the letters very gently and hoping and praying they come off nicely. Here we go. The ladies that came to the class was actually earlier today, the scrapbook class. They absolutely loved their pages and I was so happy with them. I managed to cut titles for most of them, all of them, possibly even all of them on my Cricut machine, which was great. I haven't used my Cricut machine for ages and now I'm using my Cricut machine again. Okay, maybe I'm just using simple things like the circles, but it was still exciting for me. All right, tropical vibes. I'm not sure where I want that yet. I'm just going to pop that down there. Now, these are new colors on my page, so I know that I need to put something else on my page. And looking at this, the only other place this particular color is here, Rest and Relax. There's a little bit on the pink shells, but I don't want to introduce the pink to my page. So I'm going to use this one here down the bottom because it was a rest and relax. Going to just touch that there, because the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my journaling strips. So journaling strips are these things here. They come in a pack like this, $18, and you get all of these wonderful, wonderful things. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 sheets of white stickers, and they're little, how big is that? That's 1/4 of an inch up to 3/8 of an inch. So you get some that are 1/4 of an inch, and then some that are 3/8 of an inch. And all you need to do is you can write your journaling on, you can stick them on, write it on and then cut them and then stick them on, or however you want to do it. Now I've got quite a bit of journaling that I want to put on this, so I'll probably plan it out, and all of my journaling of course is on my phone that I'm recording on. So I will stick this on afterwards, and I'll pop a photo in Charlotte's Scrap and Chat in the group. I might even put that up here somewhere. Not sure yet. So I've got that and I've got that. And then I can probably put at the orange shell because that goes with it. So I really like it there. I do really like it there. If I put the orange shell, and the other thing I thought I would do is, so I'm just going to pop it there for the moment, is when I was over there I actually bought a hat that was very similar to that. So I was thinking I might even put a yellow hat. They say you put things down in threes. I've got stickers stuck to my thumb. So if you don't want your stickers to be really sticky, what you can use is the anti-static pouch that will just take the stickiness off the back a little bit, and that way you can pop your stickers down without them actually sticking. So that's the sort of thing that I'm thinking of doing. There's nothing else really that I want to put on there. I've got 3 elements on there. I want to keep it really, really simple. Just having a quick look at their pages. What have they got? I might end up sticking some little love hearts down. So what I've done is I've just gone and raided a couple of my blingy bits. So I've got some acrylic white hearts, and I've got the freshly baked dots. Now, the reason why I grabbed the freshly baked dots is 1, because I love them. 2, they have got some little hearts on them. They're not white though, they are more of a cream colour, but they've got these little dots that are a similar colour to the word vibes, similar colour to that. And I don't have any of that colour on here. I'm thinking of grabbing off the sticker sheet, maybe this, I think that's going to be too big, but maybe this little starfish, so I'll see about that. We're just not really sure, but tropical vibes. I want to bring in some of the hearts, I think. And maybe just go like this. Something like that. And then put some, maybe a little blue heart there. Dog hair, get out that way, get that out the way. A little heart on there. Got this in for sale and it looks like there's bits missing, so glad oh no, this is my one. Okay. Yep, so I might put a little heart in there as well. So we've got 3 little embellishments here. And then if I go, I've got the hat there. I'm not really happy with this cluster. So maybe if I grab a little starfish, that looks a bit better. something like that down there. Now the only other thing I'm thinking is, and I'll just take this off. See, we've got this line of leaves, tropical leaves. Let's just call them tropical leaves. And I'm wondering if I put that down the bottom. I think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to go for it, stick that down the bottom, because that will then bring in that colour again. And it actually had something up the top, but I'm putting mine down the bottom just because I can. All right, so I'm putting that on. I will need to add some more white to it because this then brings quite a bit of white into it. So I've got tropical vibes. I'm going to grab another love heart. Now with these love hearts, I love the fact that Close to My Heart actually brought these back. So they've had acrylic shapes for a while, but they took them away, they brought them back, and they're a lot thinner now, which is really, really lovely. And what I'm going to use to glue this down is my liquid glass. You can use acrylic dots, you can use other liquid glue, but I just want to use my liquid glass because that's what I want to do. All right, I'm thinking I want to try and keep this fairly clear so I can put my journaling strips on there. And I don't want to put anything more on there unless I kind of just go like that. And I'm just going to be brave and stick it. Don't want my shell to go near that bit, so I'm going to go, that's just going to go there, that can go there. I might tuck that under there. And then maybe a smaller, not even, nope, that doesn't work. A little one. I'm going to put a white acrylic there, and then I'll probably put some other blue bits there. So let's get these acrylics stuck down. So this is liquid glass. It's a really nice, strong adhesive. And what I'm going to do is just use my tweezers to pick this up. Put a tiny bit of liquid glass. Hopefully it's still working. Yep, good. On the back of this, it does dry clear. It's just a really nice, strong adhesive. Shift that back down there. One there. You don't need much liquid glass at all on this. And that one there, beautiful. Then we're just going to put the lid, well, I don't actually put a lid on this anymore. I just stick a pin down there, and that keeps it nice and open. I'll grab my tweezers and take some of these little hearts, which is what I want to use. Am I using hearts or am I using dots? I'm going to put a heart up here. Whoops. Heart there. There's a sticky bit on there. Then I'm going to put That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put a dot. I am going to put a dot. I'm just going to put a dot there. And I'm going to put maybe a medium-sized dot. And a little dot. On there. All right. So then with my journaling strips on there with my words, that should look good. I'm happy with that. Just want to have a play around with this bit here. And I'm just going to choose to stick that down. One thing I'm learning with my scrapbooking is just get it down, get it on the page, get it journaled on, and move on to the next one. Now, the only thing I'm missing from this title word is the tittle. Did you know that the dot above an I and J is called a tittle? So I'm going to put my tittle on here. I hope that you are having a bit of a laugh at that too. And there's my page, finished except for the journaling. So I'm going to stop the recording now. I will upload this to YouTube so that I can premiere it on a Make It Monday when I'm away in the tropics. But I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I will take a photo and post it into my Facebook group once I've done my journaling. And otherwise, I hope that this inspires you to do some scrapbooking as well or get creative. Hope you've learned something. As always, stay safe, keep crafting, and from me to you, bye for now.